Welcome back to After We Wrap podcast. Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to us on all the podcast platforms. YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Google, all the things.
Whichever one you like.
Hit us with a little review.
Yeah, 5-star review.
Give us 5.
Tell us how much you love us.
Okay.
And tell your friends.
There we go. I mean, if you don't, it's okay, but don't say it. Shout out to Shane Hartline and Kyle Health.
Yes.
For the fantastic production of this beautiful, After We Wrap Studios.
We're in good hands.
We are in it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really excited. Cheers.
Cheers, mama.
This is all about Gaby Ortiz, my
boy.
sister from another mister. Hey.
I love that. Hold on, we got a drink. Hold on.
Well, I have so many questions for you.
Oh,
but
boy.
first off, we need to take it back to the inception
She's going straight
of Gabriella Ortiz.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we have so many things in common, but the first 2 episodes were about me, and I don't necessarily love that.
Now I'm even more
Now
nervous
it's about you.
Because I'm
Isn't it so interesting that we
Yeah.
love to celebrate other people than ourselves?
Because then it takes all the pressure. It's like,
Yeah.
it's not about me. It's about them now. But then when it's about you, you're like, at least in my experience,
Well,
I'm like, no, don't look at me.
At least we know we don't have giant egos, which is
Yeah.
beautiful.
Because
Because, right? Cheers to that. Hey.
cheers to that as we look into each other's eyes
Right.
and speak our own language.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Ooh, hold on, we gotta take another sip.
Inception, Gaby Ortiz.
So Gabriella was born in San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Shout out to our island.
San Juan.
Yeah, well, actually
native.
Bayamón, because apparently my dad didn't make it in time to the hospital or something about the hospital, so they had to go to a different hospital in Bayamón, which is like kind of like going downtown LA, which is a pain in the ass.
Oh.
And apparently my mom was like so stressed, and
She was stressed.
yeah, she was so stressed. I was born, she tells me at 3:03 in the morning.
How many hours was she in labor?
I don't know. I have to ask her, and she probably doesn't even remember. She blacked out. She told me that. Because I came out, and my mother's a ballerina, like a professional ballet dancer.
I love
she
that.
was a ballerina at the Houston College Dance or something like that. I can't even remember. Houston company. And she said that I came out, her umbilical cord got twisted.
Her umbilical cord?
I'm sorry, the umbilical cord. I can't even listen.
You know what? Your umbilical cord is okay.
The umbilical cord got twisted in my ankle, and so it blocked the oxygen, my oxygen, and her oxygen. So apparently we died for like about a few seconds. And then
Wait, the both of you like passed out?
There was no oxygen flowing. And so then they had to take my mom to the ER and do a C-section.
Oh,
yeah.
jeez.
And my grandmother apparently was like screaming at my dad, "It's your fault, es tu culpa. You killed my daughter."
Oh my
Yeah, it was like
goodness.
dramatic.
The drama.
So I
Of
came
course.
in a very dramatic
Yeah.
telenovela type of way.
But only child.
Only child.
Only one.
Welcome. We're
only
in the only child club.
High
Yes,
five.
that
You
should be a club.
You
That should
don't
be
meet
like
a lot of only children.
I know.
It's so weird.
I love when I meet
only
other
child.
only childs.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, I'm not alone. I'm sure that they feel the same way.
Yeah.
I felt.
Especially, being in a Latino family.
Mhm. It's
It's like known for us to have big families.
Yeah. And different from you, I did have a lot of cousins. So my cousins were my best friends. But I was the first girl. So all the attention was on me.
La primera
La
niña.
nena, la princesa, and they still till this day call me la princesa.
Oh my
Yeah, which
gosh.
is so cute. And I was spoiled with love. I will say I wasn't spoiled with
Beautiful.
money. I was spoiled with love. Like gifts weren't a thing. They're still not a thing in my family. But I had all the love in the world. All the love. So
that's beautiful.
I don't know life without love.
They showered you with
they really
the
did,
most
and I'm very
love.
grateful for that.
That's beautiful.
And,
so wait, you grew up in
En la isla,
San Juan.
in Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Wow.
I did.
Until what
And
age?
Until I was 11, because then my parents divorced when I was 5. Then I lived with my mom, and she had her own ballet academy. And it was very interesting because like my mom was she wasn't strict, but she was like, she had a regimen, you know, she, as a dancer, you know, she eats healthy. She has, you know, her staying active, physically active was a big deal. You know, I had to be in dance class like every day. I couldn't miss it. And it was really hard to take my mom seriously. She was my mom and she was my teacher. And I'm like, no, mommy, I don't want to do that. So I was a little brat. Sorry, mom, I love you. And then the opposite of my dad is still an alcoholic. And so like he was the no structure, no boundaries. You do whatever you want. I'll take you to McDonald's every day. And I was stressing my mom because I was having really bad eating habits with my dad. And then I would go home and I'm like, no, I already ate. What'd you eat? McDonald's. Oh, Dios mío. You know, it was just like this constant battle of like, don't feed our daughter like junk food, you know?
Yeah.
So eating healthy has always been like a big thing for me because of all the trauma that I experienced as a child, because my dad's like Burger King, Taco Bell, McDonald's, and then the daughter of a ballerina who eats broccoli, you know, for dinner. It's like, yeah. So
important. So when did you start dancing? What age were you?
Well, and you start ballet at 3. So my mom put me at 3.
At 3 years old?
But mom tells me that I was already dancing in her belly.
That's
She's
adorable.
like, oh, you were
That's
already
cute.
dancing. Because mom was dancing as she was pregnant. So that's all I guess I knew, you know, that's what I was born into. The theater. The theater is my safe
Second
space,
home.
my home. Yeah. I'm in the theater space and I'm like, this is life.
Oh,
because
that's beautiful.
That's where I was, I guess, born. I don't know.
So dance is like already ingrained.
Yeah. There was no way that I could not dance. So at 3, she was already like, you know, touching my
show them.
But I don't even have a good arch. No,
are you kidding me? That's an amazing point. I'm jealous.
Just you gotta see my mom's point. My mom's like,
oh, I could imagine.
Mom. Yeah,
dang. And once you have that, that never leaves you.
Yeah, my mom will say I did have the feet. This is so center stage of me. Remember the movie Center Stage?
Yes.
I have the feet. I don't have the heart. That was my story. I had the feet. I didn't have the heart. I didn't want to. Ballet is so like strict.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't stand it. I couldn't stand you have to be so rigid and you have to be proper and just like, it's beautiful to watch. Like I love going to the ballet. I'll go to the ballet anytime you want to go to the ballet, girl. We'll go.
Yes.
But to dance it, I do it for fun now. It's not like I need to do it.
But I hear that as if you know ballet, any other form of dance, you can quickly
easily,
just sort of adapt to.
Ballet is like the basis of dance.
Yeah.
You know, and like they even have like athletes do ballet, like football players. They take ballet because it helps them understand like how the muscles work and you know, the movement of the body.
Yeah. So from what age? So from 3?
So all the way from 3 to when I discovered hip hop, I was 13 or 14.
When I discovered hip hop.
I didn't know what it was.
That.
I didn't know what it was. So, because then my mother.
That's so crazy. Wait, hold on. So backtrack. Ballet from 3 years old. Was there any salsa, merengue, bachata, like none of that?
None of that. Isn't that crazy?
What?
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So I did jazz, modern, a little bit of flamenco, and then ballet. That was it. That was my upbringing. And every day, because mom had class. Oh, her studio
like
was
ballroom. Yeah.
Her studio was upstairs, so we had the house downstairs, and then the studio was upstairs, so I could hear the music every day. So my mom's teaching. I'm downstairs by myself.
Wow.
In my own little world.
Playing.
Only child.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And
so wait, when did you just discover hip hop? I need to know. I need to know.
So my mother remarried when I was 11 to an Italian man. And so when in 1999, we moved to Italia.
Sounds like forever ago.
I know, 1999. Ugh. So we moved to Italy. And
that's why you know Italian. It's all connecting. Okay.
Yeah. See.
Mrs. 3 languages over here. Love it.
And
so you moved to Italy.
We moved to Italy. I had already gone to Italy when I was 8. And I was like, this is great. I don't want to move to Italy. How dare you, mom, take me away from my roots, you know? But now I look back and I'm like, that was a beautiful experience. But at that age, you don't appreciate that.
Yeah,
you know?
no, forget it. You're probably eating the best pasta, the best
Oh
food,
my God. And
the
I'm
best
like,
everything.
I want McDonald's.
Yeah. I love how she says McDonald's.
McDonald's.
So wait, Italy. Okay, so Italy from...
So then age 11 till college. So that was 17. And when my mom was, she was looking for a job where to teach, she found the studio. I go in one night with her and I hear...
This is all in Italy?
In Italy. And I hear, it was a Will Smith song. Hold on. The Wild Wild West. We'll take you to... Remember that movie he did?
Yeah.
And I was like, what's that? ¿Qué es eso? And I'm like, I like that. I like that
As
music.
a teenager?
Yeah. And I'm listening to the beat. And I was like, oh, that's Will Smith. I know that song. And all of a sudden I see them in hip hop class. And I was like, Ma, I want to do that. Mom was so pissed. She was so mad at me. Anytime I do anything that does not align with her views and her values. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Dios mío. It's like I don't know.
It's like you sinned. Like, hip hop, how dare you?
Papito Dios, how dare you? You know, it's like this
crazy.
big, yeah. And I could just tell right away that she was like, you like that? I was like, yeah, mom, I want to do that. I want to do what they're doing. And that's when I discovered hip hop. And similar to you, then I was part of a hip hop group in Italy, though. And we traveled.
I need videos of this.
That's the thing. I have no videos because my mother she never knew how to do any of that. I'm surprised that I even have pictures, but I don't have any videos of me. I have one on YouTube, which is the one of me dancing with Ismael Miranda when I was 8 years old. And that's all I have. But I don't have any. I know it's sad.
Wild.
But, yeah. Ismael Miranda, ISMAEL space mi niña, so MI space. There it is.
Shit.
Mi niña bonita. Yeah, there it is.
Oh my gosh.
So funny story about this. There's me.
No way.
My mom choreographed that. Yeah. And that was in Teatro de Bellas Artes in San Juan. That's little me. Oh my gosh. That's me picking up the flowers and releasing them. And then now, my mom as a teacher, she's a lovely dance teacher. Mom, I love how she uses metaphor. And I remember her saying that you're skipping through the water and, you know, and you're just skipping and having fun. And then you see your dad and that part right here in the lyrics, it says when she marries when she gets married, which is so funny. So like there's the whole process of like I take off my skirt and it becomes, you see, a train.
Oh my gosh, you're the best. No. You are like, you're living your best life. I mean, you're so
What's funny about this is that another girl was gonna do this dance, and I was so jealous I was like, no, mommy, I'm gonna do this. And my mom was like, well, you're not doing well in class. You're not paying attention. I need you to pay attention. I was like, okay, mom, I will pay attention.
Whoa.
Because I was so jealous that my mom was working with another girl. I was like, no, I want that to be me.
Wow. You're like ballet legacy. I love that.
But I do love that I get to say, oh, I dance in Teatro de Bellas Artes, which is a big theater in Puerto Rico.
What would you say is your fondest childhood memory?
Ooh. I would have to say any time that the family got together at my grandfather's house, because we played bingo, we cooked. My grandfather had, yeah.
What was everyone's obsession with bingo?
Yeah.
It's like everyone just sat around, drinking and then playing bingo.
Yeah.
Like no interaction, no deep conversations, just like hoping that they win. Yeah.
And dominoes.
I connect very well to bingos and dominoes.
And my grandfather had a little chicken.
The cage?
Yeah. And so we would play with the little chickens and grab all the eggs that were ready to be eaten. Yeah. And he lived on a hill. So like we would get on a cardboard and just go down the hill. Very like typical. Oh my gosh,
I love that.
Mountain life in Puerto Rico.
Wow.
Yeah. It's very different from the city, from San Juan. And then if you go in the middle Caguas Calle. That's like a whole different life.
Crazy. So wait, so when you moved from San Juan to Italy and then back to Puerto Rico?
Italy, back to Puerto Rico, yeah, in college. I was like, I'm done. I don't want to. I
That's a whole experience. Like
yeah, and don't get me wrong, I love Italy. I love the culture.
You were able
we
to
can
learn the
talk about
language?
it in another episode.
Beautiful.
The language, the food. Oh my God. But at that time, I was just like, no, Mom, I don't care about this. This is your thing. I need to go live my own life. Now I can't wait to go back. But yeah, so I was just like, the moment I graduated high school, I was like, you want to know? I still to this day vividly remember the moment where I told my mom, I was like, I'm never coming back. I was during finals. I had my books. And I was like, I'm going to Hollywood and I'm going to be a star and you can't stop me. And
was it were you
Mom and
hands
I
at that time?
had an iffy
Same. I think a lot,
relationship,
most mother and daughters, especially, I mean.
Could it be is it an only child?
I don't know, but I feel like maybe if I had a sister or brother to kind of like
I wonder
use to, but I can only imagine that's
I was
tough.
like, I don't care about this country. This is not my thing, and I feel icky saying that now because Italy is so beautiful and the culture.
Did she stay in Italy when you went to college?
Yeah, she stayed. And I was so mad because I was like, Mom, like, what am I going to do by myself? I was mad. And then at the same time, I was like, I'm free.
Yeah.
And that's where I got in a lot of trouble.
Wow.
Which that was not. I know.
Okay. So did you ever want to pursue a career in dance? Being that you grew up into it.
I knew that from
You're
the
like,
get-go.
I've had enough.
Yeah. I love it. Listen, don't get me wrong. There's days where I want to get back in class. There's day where Shane walks in and he sees me dancing and he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I just need to dance,
Yeah.
Because I feel I need to have a moment again with my body. Maybe it's just like, I just need to reconnect with my body.
Yeah.
But professionally, I have no desire to. However, I do love musical theater. So it's like a, I can do it, but do I want to pursue it as a career? No.
Was that, when did you get the acting bug? Was it through dance?
I don't think so because I understood what acting was in my bedroom watching movies, and it was Jumanji, the one that I will always put the blame on, and I will always blame Kirsten Dunst. If I ever get to meet her, I want to hug her so tight because it was that movie that I understood. Oh, that's what they're actors. Okay, they're playing pretend. Oh, that's cool. I want to do that. I want to have fun like that. And I would dress up as all of my favorite characters in my bedroom. I would put all of my little teddy bears. I'm just like performing and reciting the movies all by myself in my bedroom. This is what only
children do. Yeah. We just play with our toys.
And our imagination. Yeah. And if, that was, I was like, I just want to do exactly what those people are doing. You have Robin Williams.
I remember that movie.
It's my favorite movie. Like, hello, you see the board game right there?
Jumanji! Oh my gosh.
It really is my favorite movie.
DVDs. What?
And I have it on DVD. Yeah,
it's amazing.
And that was the moment. I think I was around 8 or 9 that I realized what that was. The acting, it was like, oh, that's a thing. Those people are actors. They learn lines. And then that's when I told my mom, I want to act. And she put me in acting camp, one summer camp, and it was very like minimal. But
in Puerto
was
Rico?
Like, and that was like, I love this. I get to be super dramatic.
Did you continue to explore acting in college?
In college, I did. But throughout like my teenage years, no, because Mom was like, I don't know anything about this. You're going to have to figure it out when you become an adult. And that's what I did. I was like, okay.
What did you take up in college?
I just took acting 101 because I went.
That was it?
Well, the thing is that when I was filling out my application, I was with my abuela, Carmen Ortiz, and Ortiz in the house. And
that's where the name comes from.
That's where the name comes from. I took her last name to honor her. And I'm like, no, I want to go to theater. And she tells me, Gabriella, I know that this is your dream. However, it is a very difficult journey. And I don't want you to risk, going, I don't know, being broke or whatever. It's that stigma. Oh, you're gonna be an actor. You're gonna starve. Te vas a morir de hambre. That's all they kept saying.
Yeah.
And so I went in communications. So I got my degree in communications. I did journalism, media studies, cinema, I was like, okay, if y'all are not gonna allow me to go to theater school, then I'm gonna learn behind the scenes, what happens behind the scenes. And I thought it was very helpful, because I get to understand what's happening.
So you didn't go to theater school?
I didn't go to theater school. Mm-mm.
How did you learn
in class, and when I moved to the States, I went to my first acting studio, Meisner. And from there, that was the first time I also heard.
And that was where again?
In Orlando.
Because
I was working at a theme park. I don't know if I can say the name here.
Yeah.
Disney World.
I worked at Disney World?
Yeah. I worked at Disney World, and that was my first like introduction to like the American theater, I guess. Because I was
were you ever like a princess or something?
I was friends with princesses. That's what you gotta say. And so I said I'm gonna do it. And so I signed up for acting class. And that studio was when I first heard of a name, Shane Hartline. I had never met this person. All of it because he was working on Rock of Ages. And at the time that I got to Orlando, he had just booked it. And I guess he moved here to LA, but everybody was talking about him. And I was like,
everyone was talking about Shane Hartline in Disney World?
No, at my acting studio. I'm sorry.
At the acting studio.
At the acting studio.
That was...
Imagine at Disney World. I know. Yeah. And I was like, ¿Quién es este? Shane Hartline. I have no idea. And I like follow him on social media. And I was like, okay, how funny is that? I know.
Wait, what? Okay, so... You've heard about, you've heard Shane Hartline.
Mm-hmm.
And then how did you, after following him, I guess we can talk more about this.
My hubby?
Your hubby.
He's my husband now.
This is crazy. I love this story. I'm just learning about this. Like I didn't know about how you met.
I know. Oh yeah. I just heard his name through my acting group, and then because those kids in class they were all friends with him, and years went by. Like I just followed him on Facebook, and I didn't meet him till 2018, 8 years later. Yeah, pretty much. No, 10 years later. No.
How old are you?
When I met him, 28. No, I was already 30. No, 30. Yeah. 30.
What?
Yeah, I was already 30. Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Till this day, I still can't believe it. I'm like, I went from having a crush on this guy just from social. Oh, I was obsessed with him. I would stalk his Instagram
you like
page.
Yourself some gringos. I see. Okay.
I was obsessed. I was like, ¿Quién es este? Este nene lindo. And then he had his girlfriends, and I'm like, she's okay.
PFFF.
LOL, yeah. And then one random morning, I want to say it was like June, he slipped into my DMs. I woke up to a DM message from Shane Hartline with his little blue check mark. And I remember I was living in Atlanta.
The blue check mark got you? The blue check mark got you?
Well, he already had it. But I had never received a message with a blue check mark until he slipped into my DMs. And I was like, ¿Qué es esto? I literally just like...
Legs open.
Legs
open. Well, anyway, look, I'm so excited to get more into this. We're going to have to, do a part 2 because this is too juicy.
Wow.
So... I'm so excited. I know. You gave me all the history of Gaby growing up, and now the juice really begins with you meeting Shane and following your dreams. This is amazing. All right. Well, so excited. After we wrap show, this is after we wrap. We've done it. Let's just cheers because I don't know what's happening.
I don't know either. I'm just here with you.
All right. And stick around. Everyone, subscribers, come join us for part 2. We love you.
Bye.